Welcome back to TNLP, the newsletter podcast, brought to you by the HazMat Guys. I'm your host, Timmy, back with this week's latest HazMat news. We'll jump right in with a story out of Avon, Ohio, where businesses are reopening after a hazmat incident. News 5 Cleveland brings us the story. A hazmat situation at a sustainable waste solutions company in Avon, which impacted businesses, traffic, and schools, is over. As a precaution, authorities evacuated businesses on Schneider Court near JCPenney, according to the Avon Police Department. The Avon Fire Department held a news conference where Fire Chief David Swope discussed the situation. Swope said Reworld Sustainable Waste Company called the fire department around 9 a.m. regarding a chemical release. The fire department initially responded to the incident as an industrial fire, but it was later determined to be a chemical release with no flames. When crews arrived, they spotted a vapor cloud in the area. The hazmat team was then called in to investigate. Swope did not provide the name of the chemical released, but said the hazmat team had that information and was handling the situation. He said it doesn't appear that any acids or corrosives were released to the atmosphere, but as a precaution, the fire department evacuated a larger area. The chemical release was getting smaller over time. No injuries were reported, Swope said. Earlier, the Avon Police Department posted on Facebook that no further evacuations were needed. Preliminary information indicates there was a small chemical reaction inside the facility, resulting in a limited release that affected only the immediate surrounding area. Based on current assessments, no additional evacuations are necessary at this time, Avon Police said in a Facebook post. Further testing will be done to determine the cause of the chemical release, Swope said. Schneider Court is the only road that is currently closed. Avon local schools said that students at Heritage Elementary and East Elementary would remain indoors during recess, but the hazmat situation did not directly impact the schools. Moving on to our next story, reporter Anthony G. Atrino of NJ.com details an incident where pool chemicals sent 10 firefighters to the hospital. 10 firefighters were hospitalized Thursday night after they were exposed to pool cleaning chemicals following a two-vehicle crash on Route 208 in Bergen County, authorities said. The rollover crash involving a minivan and car occurred about 9 p.m. in the highway's northbound lanes in Fairlawn, according to police and firefighters. The minivan contained a plethora of pool cleaning chemicals that firefighters were exposed to when they arrived. To extricate the van's badly injured driver, said Hawthorne Fire Chief Joe Speranza. 6 firefighters from Glen Rock and 4 from Hawthorne were taken to area hospitals for evaluation, Speranza said. It was all precautionary, Speranza said, adding that all of the firefighters had been released as of early Friday. The driver of the minivan was hospitalized with what Speranza said appeared to be serious injuries. His condition was not immediately available early Friday. It was not immediately clear whether the driver of the car had been taken to a hospital. Speranza said the minivan driver had been transporting what appeared to be hydrochloric acid mixed with other unknown chemicals. Hydrochloric acid, also called hydrogen chloride, is used to lower pH levels and to remove stains from swimming pools. The CDC reports the colorless chemical can cause irritation and burns if inhaled at high concentrations. Sounds like an incident right out of Nerd the Game. If you haven't brought this into your training regimen, you're missing out. Get your deck now at thehazmatguys.com/game. Wrapping up this week's episode, we conclude with an article by reporter Drew Schofield, where law enforcement officers spent about 9 hours investigating a suspicious vehicle outside Dartmouth's Class of 1953 Commons Dining Hall on Sunday after a person was seen pouring potentially hazardous chemicals into the car. Hanover police and fire departments responded to a report of a woman spraying and pouring a significant amount of chemicals into a black sedan with Wisconsin plates parked near 6 Mass Row in Hanover around 11 a.m. Sunday. And walking away from the scene, Hanover Police Captain Mike Shibola said Monday. When officers arrived on site, they found the vehicle, which had a strong odor of chemicals, some of which had leaked out of the car and onto the sidewalk. The car also had various handwritten signs taped on the windows that Shibola described as random, nonsensical, and bizarre. Hanover police quickly found the woman who owns the vehicle on campus. Shibola said she appeared to be in the midst of a mental health crisis. The woman is connected to the college in some manner. But police are still confirming whether she is a temporary or permanent employee, he said. She is not a student. Police secured the area and called in the New Hampshire State Police Bomb Squad and Midwestern New Hampshire Hazardous Materials Response Team. Various chemicals were observed in the vehicle, and the potential of them mixing together and causing physical harm if breathed in and environmental contamination was significant at the time, Shibola said. Law enforcement advised people to avoid the area throughout Sunday afternoon. The bomb squad ultimately deemed the scene safe around 8 p.m. Hanover police are investigating the incident as a case of disorderly conduct. That's going to do it for this week's edition of the Newsletter Podcast. Reminder to secure your accommodations for the Southernmost HazMat Conference before November 15th. They just need the form, found on the hazmatguys.com/conference, to lock in your conference rate without having to put down your card just yet. TikTok. We'll see you in the Keys. Until next time, Timmy, over and out.